How far can you travel by road in India in 24 hours? And we are not talking about going around a track or zipping up and down a few select expressways to rack up kilometers. No, we are talking real India. And that's the challenge we set out to explore. Cover 10 states in 24 hours. We mapped out a route for the same, and it would take us through the states of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. A distance in excess of 1600 kilometers, all in a day's work. As the ultimate test of its endurance, we even decided to keep the engine running for the entire 24 hours non-stop. And the only time the Kylaq was allowed a breather was during fuel stops and driver swaps. Speaking of the drivers, we had in total 3. Aakash, which is me, Karan and Shivank on a rotation of 8 hours each. So, with everything set in place, we began this epic journey across India.
And away we go. Okay, so our 24-hour journey begins in the Skoda Kylaq, and the reason why we chose the Kylaq is because first, it's compact. So if you want to go across many states, you'll encounter traffic, and you want something that is compact yet powerful thanks to the 1-liter engine. And also we have this in the automatic, guys. So we have a 6-speed torque converter automatic, which will make life easier and also make our drive much more fast. And also because the Kylaq has a taut suspension and a sorted chassis, which you really need for a good handling car. And right now we are especially in Dehradun in the state of Uttarakhand, and you have a lot of twisty roads, you have a lot of mountain passes, which means that you need something that inspires confidence through those twisties. And that the Kylaq exactly is. I'm not exactly convinced that we'll make it to 10 states in 24 hours. It's a tall order, and even the map was showing a lot longer than 24 hours. But hey, we'll give it a try. Oh, we're crossing the Forest Research Institute here in Dehradun, and boy does that building look majestic against the backdrop of the mountains. And this is quite an iconic place over here. In fact, this building was constructed all the way back in 1929. So it's been around for a while now. And just down the road from the FRI, we have the IMA, or the Indian Military Academy, which is responsible for training some of the best that our forces have seen. And this too is quite a beautiful building. The red walls on the outside against the green backdrop looks so amazing. And this one is a little bit younger, a couple of years younger than the FRI that we saw a little while ago. We've just driven along the Yamuna and are leaving Uttarakhand and entering our second state, which is Himachal Pradesh. Now, specifically, we'll be going to Paonta Sahib. It'll be a touch and go thing because it's roughly 40-45 kilometers away from Dehradun. So that is our second state. And now we've entered some really nice, smooth and fast highway roads, which is great for us because it'll allow us to have some momentum and make up some time and cover a lot of kilometers. Okay, now this is definitely news, at least to me, that there is a national park as well as hilly sections in Haryana. We just crossed the Kaleshwar National Park and we're going through a narrow road which has these tall trees all around it, and the early morning vibe just goes with it. And I'm definitely enjoying this section while I still have the energy to enjoy things. Yes, there are a few bumps, but thankfully the Kylaq is taking care of those, like we have right now. I'm not particularly feeling uncomfortable, so the suspension definitely is doing its job. And now we're taking a bridge to go across borders once again. So now from Haryana, we are going towards UP, and this is actually the first of the many times that we'll be in UP because it is going to occupy a large chunk of our journey today. We are going towards Saharanpur, and let's see how the journey is from there. There, I can see the metro going, which means we are in the capital, New Delhi. And if you want good food, if you want to see a lot of monuments, if you want to have a bad time in traffic and with bad weather, then you come to Delhi. Now, the Delhi section is also going to be pretty much touch and go for us as we move from here, then next to UP once again.
Go, bro. The keys and the mic.
Oh, amazing. How's it drive so far?
Had fun. Now it's your turn.
Oh my God. Thanks for giving me probably the most important but the most mundane route.
Yep.
I'll make you proud.
All the best.
Thanks, brother. Let's get started. Well, hello there, guys. So, I've taken over from Aakash and it's time to continue the journey without any stops or any delays. Currently, you find us in the middle of the Yamuna Expressway. Now, in my opinion, I think Aakash had the most fun leg of the three of us. As for me, I probably have the most important one, but the most straightforward. My job is to cut across the entire breadth of Uttar Pradesh and make my way towards Varanasi. And that is where most likely Shivank will take over driving duties. As for now, our next goal is to hit the state of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan before finally entering back into Uttar Pradesh and making our way towards the border. So, see you there. Now, it seems simple enough on paper, right? Except it wasn't. Why? Because I had to cover Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, neither of which lies en route to West Bengal. But with a bit of clever thinking and a small detour of around 150 kilometers and our entry into Rajasthan and eventually Madhya Pradesh were through some curious little outliers. So guys, as we move towards the central part of India, before we turn towards the east, I think I'm in quite an interesting part of the journey. Right now, I'm in the Dholpur district of Rajasthan, specifically near the town of Dholpur itself, and it's quite an ancient civilization and town. It was established during the Tomar dynasty in 1004 AD, and it's quite steeped in history of our country. Now, two things are interesting here. The first is that this place runs alongside the left bank of the Chambal River, and if you guys remember, when we started, we were alongside the Yamuna River. Right now, the Chambal flows alongside us. Second is the fact that we've crossed 3 states within a span of 40 to 50 kilometers. We were in UP, in the Yamuna Expressway, we crossed into Agra, before we turned towards Dholpur in Rajasthan, and right now, we're making our way towards Morena in Madhya Pradesh. So I think that's quite fascinating, and I'm quite interested to see what are the sights and sounds which Madhya Pradesh holds and how they change within such a short span of distance. So, as we cover one state after another, I think what's really giving us the confidence that we will achieve the target that we set out to achieve is the Skoda Kylaq. It is a real confidence booster. However, before I talk about the car, let me quickly touch upon where we are. We're in the state of Madhya Pradesh and specifically near the town of Morena. Now, that can find its origins, the name I'm talking about, with Morena, which means peacocks found in abundance. And why it's called that is because this specific area of the country houses the largest number of peacocks. Next, another interesting fact is that the traditional Indian sweet Kajak can also find its origins near this place. So overall, quite a fascinating area. Unfortunately, we won't get to explore it as much as we would have liked. However, if you talk about the Skoda Kylaq, well, the highlights, of course, is the 1-litre TSI and the 6-speed automatic transmission. Talk about the engine, that makes 114 bhp and 178 Newton meters of peak torque. Combine that with the 6-speed automatic transmission, and what you have is an easy and effortless SUV, no matter where you drive it, be it in the city, be it in the hills, be it in the highways. I think the power which you get, first and foremost, I think is pretty instantaneous. Next, it's also pretty tractable. And with the 6-speed automatic transmission, it shifts really quickly. I think it's pretty intuitive, so it makes it easy and effortless to drive. You want to overtake, it shifts down fast and you can go. You're out on the highway, it holds its gear well at lower RPMs. So not only are you driving comfortably, but you're also managing to achieve a mileage of 12 kilometers per litre. Then, if you talk about the suspension, I think this is one of the most balanced suspension units that I've come across. It absorbs bumps really well. It doesn't let any loud thuds or judders enter the cabin. And even if you take it on the hills, it holds its lines well. It gives you the confidence, and especially with this steering feel. It's light and it has great feedback. I know exactly where my wheels are. I know exactly where my car is pointed. Now, as we made our way deeper and deeper into Madhya Pradesh, I started to get the feeling that we may have bitten off more than we could chew with this 150-kilometer quote-unquote detour. Cyclists, pedestrians and entire makeshift markets spilled onto the middle of the road as we passed one small town after another. The most challenging part of my journey, though, was yet to come: the stretch between Morena and Etawah. Currently, we're in the state of Madhya Pradesh, specifically near the town of Bhind. Our next major milestone will be the town of Etawah in Uttar Pradesh. We're on State Highway 719 and it has rained, so the scenery is quite beautiful, but the biggest problem is the cattle and livestock on the road. They are present in droves and it gets difficult to cover major miles. Even the big trucks traveling this road are facing a problem. As a result, our progress has slowed down, and if I have to talk about time, we're running about 2 to 3 hours behind schedule. But anyway, we'll keep driving through the night, see how far we can make it. But if I have to put in the destination state on Google Maps, it tells us our arrival time will be somewhere around 5 to 6 in the morning. We've finally gotten onto the Agra-Lucknow Expressway. We're making our way to Lucknow, of course, for now, and then eventually to Varanasi. Well, let's see how the journey goes from here on forth. Wish us luck. The journey to Lucknow flew by really quick with an average speed of about 100 kilometers per hour. We hit the outskirts of the city around 10 pm and it was time for a quick refuel and another driver swap. I jumped out of the driving seat for it was Shivank's turn to take the wheel. We were behind schedule and we knew it. But like they say, never say never.
I've swapped the driving seat with Karan and now it's my time to do the 8-hour shift. I'm going to be burning the midnight oil and I've been assigned this graveyard shift. Of course, this is quite crucial because we are entering the final leg of the journey. But a quick update, right now we are running a little behind schedule because the ETA right now, it shows that we'll reach our destination at around 10 a.m. So that's 4 hours too late. But of course, I have to say the entire blame goes to the trafficy roads in UP because while coming back from Morena and Dholpur, we got stuck in a bad jam and I think that's what happened there. But thankfully, once we are back on the Agra-Lucknow Expressway, progress was swift and we quickly covered all the ground. Now we are driving on the Purvachal Express and the speed limit here is even higher. So I am doing 120 kilometers per hour right now. And I think I can average around 100 or 110 till Varanasi at least. Now, a quick update, Varanasi from here, it shows me it's 268 kilometers and it's showing me a time of 4 hours, 8 minutes. But like I said, if I average around 100, 110 kilometers per hour, I think we should be there in 2.5, 3 hours. So we will save 1 hour, hopefully, because the roads are empty, it's pitch dark in the night, and the Kylaq is working absolutely flawlessly. So fingers crossed, hopefully we will make it to 10 states in 24 hours. I'll give you my next update once we cross Varanasi and are about to enter Bihar. Okay, so quick update, it's 1:20 a.m. and Varanasi is still 106 kilometers away. So yes, that joy I had after driving on the Purvachal Expressway, well, it didn't last long because ultimately we had to get off and then we are driving on state highways which are in great nick, but because it's midnight, the visibility is not that great and everyone is driving on high beams, so it's really difficult to gauge what's on the road, even though I have to say the road surface is absolutely fantastic. Right now my destination, well, it's 561 kilometers away and we are still in UP. We haven't entered Bihar, so that's a big challenge we have up ahead. But there is a silver lining because instead of going all the way to West Bengal, we are now thinking to enter Bihar, go to Jharkhand, and then probably just touch Chhattisgarh. So that's what we are planning to do. But again, as you can see and as you can hear, it's pouring down again. I can't see anything ahead because it's quite dark. The roads are not lit. And yeah, so I'm right now doing close to 60-70 kilometers per hour and absolutely zero visibility. Of course, we want to do 10 states, but we don't want to risk our lives. And wow, see, lot of standing water. So yeah, ultimately, we are not going to risk it for sure. Of course, it's a great challenge, but yeah, there are chances of aquaplaning as well. So not going to risk it. I'm going to go slowly. And overall, I think today, when we charted out the whole route, we thought we'll be able to do it, but it seems everything is stacked against it as of now because yeah, there was a lot of jams and now it's pouring. So yeah, that's the update. I'll keep you posted. We have still 4 hours, so let's see where we reach.
Okay, so this is going to be my last update before it's 24 hours. So right now it's 4:30 a.m. and our progress is only delayed because we have entered Bihar and the road condition is not that great. Well, as you can see, it is quite bumpy, it is quite dark, and there is an expressway that's under construction. So a lot of diversions, a lot of truck traffic. So that means you can't carry speed, you can't build that momentum, you can't do anything. Right now I'm again stuck behind trucks. And the roads, well, there are some really nice and fast flowing sections, but then like you see, there is a diversion. So you're never sure what kind of speeds you're going to do in the next minutes, and it is quite bumpy also, and there are a lot of potholes, so you can't really push yourself to the maximum because it's very unpredictable, and also it's night, so it further adds to the whole confusion. Now, having said that, we are behind schedule by 6 hours now because in Varanasi we're again stuck in jam. Oh, big bumps. Yes, so even in Varanasi we got stuck. Then you have Google Maps, which kind of, wow, these are some big, oh. And that's the thing about these roads, they go from being racetrack smooth to rally stage rough. So thankfully we have the Kylaq, which can handle it all without breaking a sweat. So that's one thing, but overall I think we are going slower than we anticipated. So right now it looks unlikely that we'll cover 10 states in 24 hours because West Bengal is quite far off. And even the 9th state, well, that is a race against time because it's showing it's 91 kilometers right now and the ETA is 6:32. So I don't know what the road ahead holds, but if I carry this speed, right now I'm doing close to 100 kilometers per hour. If that's the speed that I can do, well, then maybe I can do the 9th state within 24 hours. But so that's the target has kind of shifted, but it is still interesting because we have 90 kilometers to go and just 1.5 hours left. Okay, so now it's 12 kilometers to the destination. ETA is 6:01. It's 5:42 a.m. right now. I know this sounds a little Bollywood, but honestly, this is not scripted and it has started to rain again. Oh yes. Oh yes, look at that. And we are officially in Jharkhand. Yes. Look at the time, it's 5:51 a.m. Well, what a remarkable journey. We have done 24 hours of driving, covered 1452 kilometers, and look at the fuel efficiency we are getting. It's 12.6 kilometers to a liter. Of course, the only fly in the ointment is the fact that we only covered 9 states and not 10 states as promised before. But having said that, we are not going to disappoint you. We are going to carry on with the journey. We are going to go to West Bengal. So let's see how much extra time it takes, because right now it's showing it's 300 kilometers from here and it is another 5 or 6 hours journey. So long story short, we are going to stick to the original plan and go to West Bengal and see how much time it takes in total. that's called ending on a high.
Yep, that's a view.
And a half.
Yeah, like you.
Wow.
Anyway, guys, congratulations.
Yes.
We have done
Good job.
Good
the
job.
10 hours
job.
trip.
Good job.
Yes.
Good
So
job.
yeah, it didn't take us 24 hours.
Yeah.
It took us another 5 hours to reach here.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think when we set out to do this challenge, we said that it's going to be realistic, and
Yeah.
that's what we did. So yeah, I think we traveled across the country.
If you want to do it comfortably, I think this is what you can expect.
Yeah, and plus, if you think about it, we started from the hills.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is the real India. That's
Yeah.
where we went, right? We covered each and every place from hills, bad roads in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar. Then we were on some kick-ass expressways. And then ultimately, again, we are on a very nice location.
Yeah, and you know, I think the Kylaq also deserves quite a mention for being so reliable because it ran for 24 hours without any hiccups.
You know what? After 24 hours, we took the stickers out. I think it was the 26th or 25th
Yes.
hour because we forgot.
Yeah.
After we crossed Jharkhand, I was the one driving. So I forgot to take that sticker out. So it was still running
Yes.
for nearly 26 hours without turning the ignition off. So that is a testimony to the
Yeah.
engineering behind, to the reliability, to the endurance.
Yeah. Didn't even lose any tire pressure.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have to. Yeah, I think in the beginning we just right tire pressure,
Yeah.
and then
Just fill
throughout
fuel.
the journey, nothing has happened. Even right now, we did a fair bit of off-roading. It was absolutely flawless.
Speaking of which, I think I would like to draw special attention towards the suspension because it is just so comfortable, especially my section, which had a lot of hilly roads and a lot of bumpy roads, a couple of places where the road just disappeared. So, yeah, the suspension was comfortable.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
that's
I think,
true.
and for me, I think it's the steering wheel, dude. It is such a pleasure to like hold, gives you the best feedback. It's so easy to maneuver around in this crowded city roads.
Yeah.
I think it was just very.
I think for me personally, I thought it is a 1-liter turbo
Yeah.
engine, so I wasn't expecting it to be that great in terms of performance. So I was really surprised by its real-world performance.
yeah.
Even the fuel efficiency, it was showing 12.6 kilometers to a
Yeah.
liter. So that's, we never drove it sedately. We were just, of course, we
On it.
were sticking to speed limits. We
Yes.
didn't overspeed. That's the promise. That's
Yeah.
the promise that we want to
Yeah.
keep to our audience because we didn't want to push it. That's why it took us 28 hours. And trust me, if we had pushed the car to
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we would have
could
gone
have
to
been
a
quite
much
sped.
faster.
We could have been here in 24 hours, but the thing was, it had to be a realistic challenge. If someone like you, if a normal person is attempting to do that, so that's how much time it will take. We didn't take shortcuts. We tried to cut our time.
In
but
fact, we got
ultimately-
lost a couple of times.
Yeah,
We got
exactly.
lost, we got held up, we got like just stuck in traffic, stuck between livestock. I think everything was there, what you can expect through a highway in India.
Yeah, but overall, I think we enjoyed the journey. We did it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
None of us slept. Even when we were in the support car,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we didn't catch any break.
Yeah.
We didn't any sleep as such
Exactly.
because we were excited for
Yeah.
our level
Yes.
we were driving.
Yeah.
And all that. So I think even then, the car was very comfortable. Usually when I'm on a long drive, my back starts to hurt. That was not the case. Like
Yeah.
very honest
Yeah,
feedback
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
giving, that was not the case. And yeah, it's quiet, it's refined, everything is nice about the car. So yeah.
Same, like I did 8 hours and I got out and it felt like I was cheating on the challenge because it
Yeah.
didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
You
So
just
like
had so much energy.
Yeah, the challenge, like I feel like we can challenge ourselves even further next time, and this was what I'd want to
Yeah.
be.
definitely.
Like, it is European engineering. That's what I'd say.
So ultimately, if you had to pick one great thing about the journey, your leg,
Okay.
like one great thing and one bad thing that
Yeah.
held you back,
Yeah.
what was it in your leg?
Well, the great thing is the fact that I covered the most amount of states, 5. So that was great.
Bragging
And I got,
rights.
Yeah, bragging rights.
yeah, and I got to see a lot of variety of scenery also. The bad thing was again the flip side of that, that because we were going through twisties, it was not as quick
Yeah.
as maybe your leg where you had like highways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I lost a lot of time just navigating left, right.
Okay, so I kind of did one state, okay, but I had to cover the entire width of Uttar Pradesh, and that had everything. I think best part for me were those awesome multi-lane highways where you can just stick it into cruise control, just relax a little bit, and just keep yourself entertained while the miles rolled on. The worst part is when we kind of did turn towards Rajasthan and MP, specifically Dholpur and Morena, and in order to try and save some time there, we did go through smaller B roads, and we got really held up with the amount of people on the road and livestock on the road, and the big trucks trying to save time as well. because there was a bit of coward movement.
Yeah.
You know, the timing could have been better.
I think we lost nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because
just
of that.
Being stuck in that traffic.
Yeah, but realistic.
I've
And then
never seen that many cows,
in
one stretch.
place, like there were at least like 1,500 cows which came into my view. So like for you also had pretty interesting leg.
Yeah, so I think again my thing was I was doing the graveyard shift as you call it. So I was sleepy in between.
Yeah.
I felt that I'd fall asleep behind the wheel, whatever. But I think the main challenge for me was first night driving, of course, right? Throughout the day I was sort of awake, excited. But again, I never felt like, I want to sleep. It was just like momentarily I was thinking that, biological clock, so I'm thinking, I'll sleep sometime. But that never happened. And for me, I think I covered UP, the worst parts of UP, because he did the flat out section of UP expressways. Then I think I took over from Lucknow. So from Lucknow to Varanasi, first we were on the expressway, then Google Maps, they rerouted us to some place, I don't know, some back roads, again at night driving, single carriageway, very difficult, everyone coming the opposite side with high beams on. And then we finally entered Bihar. So Bihar, I was surprised by the roads, to be very frank.
Yeah.
But the problem is the roads are built in installments. So you have some really kick-ass roads, stretches. So you think, okay, cool, I can do 100, 120 because that's the speed limit. And suddenly you have a jump where you think you are in the middle of a rally stage, right? So the car is jumping. So that was a little weird for me. Then again, after that, I think we got held back because of it was raining constantly. And it was a heavy downpour.
It wasn't raining. It was pouring like
from
Armageddon.
night till the time we reached our destination.
So that really held us back because average speeds dropped down. And I think that was what held us back. The visibility was good.
Yeah.
The grip from the tires, the grip
amazing.
from the vehicle, it was good. Actually, I was doing around 80, 90, but again, you have to be careful. A lot of standing water on the road.
Yeah.
So I think those are the things that I didn't really enjoy. But surprised by what I saw in Bihar because it is a pretty state towards at least towards the border side, Bihar and Jharkhand. I wasn't expecting that I'd see hills in Bihar. So a lot of rivers, a lot of river crossings. So I was really surprised by the whole
and clouds on top of those hills.
Yeah,
it just felt like you're driving through valleys.
I mean, that's the thing about, because when you travel or when you think about states, you think, okay, Bihar is popular for this, UP is popular for this, and Uttarakhand is popular for this. Even in Haryana, we found wildlife park. So that was a
just
great
a
discovery.
simple trip like this, I think, broke stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. So I think that's why you should do that instead of, setting a record for 24 hours, you're going up and down Delhi, Mumbai Expressway. That's not a record.
In fact, I was at one point confused that are we in Bihar or in Pune because the monsoon and the
before
hills.
that, Haryana shares like a hilly border with Himachal.
Yeah.
Who knew that?
So that was a lot of discoveries, and of course we enjoyed this road trip. This was not a challenge. This was a challenge. Ultimately, 10 into 24.
This is a fast road trip.
Yeah, but the only gripe that we have is we couldn't do 10 states.
Yeah.
But on the upside, we absolutely enjoyed this road trip. The car had no faults. Nothing. We were also. It was like we were also flawless in that sense. So we did our legs very comfortably.
On point.
Yeah. And we reached there safely. That's the most important thing.
And we did do 9 states in 24 hours, which is very close.
We did 10 states also, but 9 states in 24 hours. That was also a bit dramatic because I reached Jharkhand at 5:57 a.m. So just 3 minutes to spare. So that was like a bit Bollywood type. But anyway, so that was it. So right now we are in a very nice location. This is the end point of our road trip. So guys, congratulations again. And now it's time to head back.
Yes.
So we have the option to fly back. Do you guys want to fly back?
For me, I'm tired, but no, I think I want to drive back. I think there's a lot we can see, and maybe I was looking on the right, now I need to look on the left. So
yeah, I also agree. I would want to drive. I'm tired, but with a little bit of rest, I think I can drive back.
And I think I can't let these two have fun alone, so I'll also join them.
Yeah.
Okay then, let's go.
Let's go.